I'm really keen to ask you about this Aussie Dome idea that Peter Lee, a former defence bureaucrat, has come out and said that we need the equivalent of the Iron Dome. That's what Israel has. Donald Trump is talking about a Golden Dome to protect the US. This is what the Greenland thing's all about. He's saying we need something in Australia, the equivalent that shoots down missiles that protects Australia. You're in far north Queensland. You're much closer to any potential threats than we are. What did you make of Peter Lee's discussion?
Yeah, well, I'm on the wrong side of the Brisbane line here, Rowan. Back in World War II, the sort of idea was we'd let the Japs have the north of Australia. I hope we don't end up in anything like that again. But it's been pretty clear for some time, I believe, that we need better missile technologies here. I worry that the distraction of AUKUS, as important as that is, has meant that we are not investing enough in near and now capabilities to protect our nation, not just over decades, but if anything happens soon. We know from previous Chinese government statements that they are looking at targeting 2027 as a potential year to be ready to annex Taiwan. That's now just a year away if we consult our calendars, and the continuing cuts and deferrals to a defence budget under this Labor government has put us in a much more vulnerable position. So I'm not the military expert to know whether we should invest money in a dome, in mobile missile technologies, in drones, but we certainly need more investment right now beyond just submarines to defend our country.
Absolutely. And yet at the same time, we have the Treasurer Jim Chalmers wandering around blaming the far right or some nonsense like this. But I just want to quickly finish with who do you think in 2 or 3 weeks' time will be the leader of the Liberal Party?
I think that's your job, not mine, Rowan. You can
OK, let me ask you another one. Who's going to be the leader of the Nationals? Then who's going to be the leader of the...
That will be David Littleproud. That'll be David Littleproud because, as I just said, I'm very proud of what the Nationals Party did last week to defend your freedoms, to do so in a way which came at a cost to many of the members of our party room. They've lost pay. We're potentially tragically looking at lost jobs, but we're trying to save those at the moment. Employment, our staff are facing that risk. But despite all those risks, we stood up for you. And David deserves credit as leader of the party in taking that stance. So David will continue to be the leader of the Nationals Party. It's a matter for the Liberal Party who they choose, but just as it's a matter for them to choose their leader, it's a matter for the Nationals Party to propose who should sit in the shadow ministry. And the problem at the heart of the standoff right now on the coalition is Susan Lee, the current leader of the Liberal Party, is saying that she won't have 3 of our members in her shadow cabinet simply because they stood up for freedom, they exercised the decision of the Nationals Party room through their vote, and that's also untenable. We can't have a situation where the Liberal Party is dictating who's in the shadow ministry or not. And so, look, let's see how that dispute evolves over the next week. As I say, I am focused on trying to work with a team in the Parliament to make this country better. That's what I'll get back to next week in Canberra.
Matt Canavan, if I had $1 for every time someone said to me, why isn't Matt Canavan Prime Minister, I'd be a very wealthy man, and then you could take over the show here and I could be whatever. Here we go. Thanks so much, Matt Canavan.